Hello, grade 6. Last week, we listened to instructions. Now, we are going to learn how to write instructions. So, let's begin. Instructional text gives step-by-step instructions on how to make or do something. For example, how to make pancakes, how to fix a bicycle puncture. The next one, instructional text includes recipes, directions, etc. Next, directions are generally given as commands. Remember, we spoke about command verbs last week. Clear, precise language is necessary. Connecting words are used to indicate chronological order. For example, words such as before, first, next, as soon as, now, and after. I will explain all of these to you when we do the examples. This slide basically shows the form an instructional text take. We see the procedure involves your title, you have your ingredients or your materials, you have your steps or your method. You have 4 steps in this one, but you can have more steps. And if there are tips, you can add the tips as well. We will also apply these in our examples later on. Right, here we have 2 examples of instructional text. The first one shows you how to plant a bulb. The second one is a recipe about guacamole, or a recipe on guacamole. Right, let's look at the first one. You will see pictures that accompany the list of materials needed. So here we have a watering can, we have the soil, and so forth. Pictures are used to make it more clearer for the person who is going to follow the instructions. So you may use pictures when you write your materials or when you write your steps. Instead of the word steps, you see that they have to plant the bulbs, right? They have to plant the bulbs. So you may use that as well. They have numbered their steps from number 1 to number 8. If you can see that, from number 1 to number 8 in chronological order. Right, let's look at the first step. Get the flower pot. It starts with the command verb, get. Number 2, use the spoon to scoop the soil into the flower pot. Again, it starts with the command verb. And so on. There we have fill, make, push, cover, water, and leave. The command verbs are also known as the imperative form of the verb. And here you have from the first step to the 8th step, they have pictures to guide you. Right, let's look at the recipe, how to make guacamole. This recipe has a slightly different form. It gives you lots of information and it's set out quite nicely. Firstly, you have your title, how to make guacamole. What do you need? They have the equipment, they have the ingredients, they have the method. They also give you, in this little box, did you know, they give you some information about the word guacamole. At the end of the recipe, they give you a little tip. You can also use that in your instructional text. Right, let's look at the method. Again, it's in order from step 1 to step 7. They've used connecting words such as first, they have next over here, finally, right? It puts these steps in chronological order. First, use a sharp knife. So if you are using connecting words, your command verb will usually be the second word, right? Remove the stone. Remove is a command verb, and use, and so forth. You can go over the recipes or the 2 different instructional texts in your own time. Right. Let's look at the example of an instructional text. You see that this one, look at this example. This is an instructional text. The structure of this recipe needs some more work, as you can see. Let's make sure that if we do write our instructions or our list of ingredients or list of materials, that we space it out nicely. You can write it with the little pictures, that will be fine, but space it out nicely. Something is missing over here. Do you know what that is? Yes, it's your method. Or you could have steps. It's not written over there. You can underline it and make sure you skip a line. And I don't have space over here, but you skip a line after the heading. Make sure that your steps are numbered. They've numbered it over here, but not here. So make sure your steps are numbered. All right. So yes, that's basically all you need to know about how to write an instructional text. You can go over the examples, over the format once again. And now that you have an idea of an instructional text, complete the task assigned on the weekly planning. Stay safe, grade 6. We miss you. Bye-bye.